right, you guys, good morning. My name is Richard. Well, first of all, thank you for attending our Yoga to the People live yoga streaming classes. My name is Richard. I'm going to be your instructor this next hour. It's an honor for me to be here and to serve you. I'm coming from New York City, specifically the Bronx, the Boogie Down Bronx. It's kind of like a rainy day here. Seems to always be the case when I teach. But I always find it to be really meditative in this state of the weather. So wherever you're at, honor the space that you're in and the weather and be grateful for that. Perhaps that's your lesson for the day. A few things. I will not be playing any music. So if you wish to play some music, we're on Spotify under Yoga to the People. So you're welcome to choose that. I am going to ask you though to mute your audio so that the sound doesn't reverberate. Also, you have the option of keeping your camera on if you wish to be seen. For me, it's super helpful so that I'm not teaching into the abyss, and it's also inspiring to see your bodies move, but it's optional, so it's up to you guys, right? It's really nice to see all of your faces, and we're going to begin right now. Let's begin with a child's pose, please. Go ahead and start bringing your hips towards your heels and your foreheads on the mat. So right away, I'm going to give you options in these postures. I like to give a lot of variations. Of course, you want to base it on the conditions of your body. So for this posture, if you feel that your shoulders are very tight, I recommend that you pull the arms behind you, palms face up, and you want to pull your shoulders away from your ears. This gives it the ability for them to completely roll down. It's more of a relaxing sensation. And then the next step would be the hips. If you know you have tight hips or if it feels tight, then go with knees a little bit wider apart, or maybe somewhere in the middle, or maybe one day fully closed. Honestly, one's not better than the other. It's just about finding comfort in this posture so that you can start completely relaxing. Now use your awareness to focus on the breath. Remember that the breath is foundational to any yogic practice, so it's essential, it's number one. If at any point you feel that it's becoming compromised or you need a moment, then you want to come back to this child's pose, find the breath again, and then when you're ready, you come back into it. Now, something very specific to Yoga to the People, we like to do vibrational breaths, and they sound like this, HAs, HMs, or flutter of the lips. I recommend that you explore them, right? You're in your own space. So this gives you the ability to do these sounds as loud as you like. It could be cathartic, it could be releasing, it could be energizing. Go ahead and now start scanning the body. Start from the tips of the fingers all the way down to the tips of the toes. Use the information you're receiving to make choices this next hour, smart choices. Let's connect through the breath. Go ahead and start expelling all of the breath out of your lungs. You can do it with an SH. Shh. Push everything out. Stagnant air, low vibrations. Get rid of it. Out, 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 out. Now take a sweet inhale. Start with the belly. Let it rise through your chest. Maybe let it swirl around the throat. Hold it and release it with a gentle HM. And when you're ready, you can start becoming more mobile, start walking your fingertips forward. For those of you that haven't done so yet, it's more of an extension of the posture. Lift your elbows up, lift your forearms up, tent up through your fingertips, and now you want to actively draw back through your tailbone. So focus on the spine, you want to pull it apart. If you're rounding through your neck, just lift the tip of the nose off of the mat or can hover off of the mat to create that length. Think more like a back bend sensation, lift the hips a little bit higher. Now use an inhale to start tucking your toes under. And as you exhale, you start shifting your hips up and back. It is the downward facing dog, a posture that we do a lot in yoga. So at first, maintain this free movement just to see how your body is or where it's at right now in terms of its mobility. Also just feel the energy on the mat as the fingers, like they connect to the mat, the toes as they connect. It's more of a grounding sensation. Feel that. Pedal up the legs, bend the knees, maybe some donkey kicks. I like to cross my ankles, like maybe right ankle in front of the left, and then I drop my right hip down. I feel the stretch more on the left side of my body. And then you could do the opposite. Left ankle in front of the right. Relax the left hip and feel the stretch now to the right side, all those intercostal muscles. Move it around. And then when you're ready, come back to a neutral down dog, and I'll get more specific. The archetype of the posture, all of these postures are very specific. And of course, you have to edit it based on the conditions of your body. Keep your hands shoulder width distance, spread the fingers wide, create an L shape between your index fingers and your thumbs. And you want to dig the tips of your fingers in the mat. It's more of a holding on sensation as opposed to all of the weight being dumped on the hands. Use the tips of the fingers, the knuckles, and the heels. It creates more of a suction cup sensation. And now start pulling the armpits in. Stay really strong through your upper body and push your chest towards your thighs. Very active. So you want to register that sensation, that strength through your upper body as you push your chest towards your thighs. And now as you exhale, start bending the knees a lot and connect the belly with your thighs. You want to prioritize through the spine now. Rotate the pelvic bowl. You want your tailbone to face more so towards the ceiling. Register that, feel that. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, you straighten out your legs. And now start digging your heels more so towards the mat for a hamstring stretch, a calf stretch. Good, you're doing great. Now, as you inhale, go ahead and stretch the right leg behind you. Focus on length first and keep it parallel to the mat. So you want it away from the hip side socket. And now as you exhale, open it up, stack your right hip on top of the left, bend the knee, and you point the toes. Move it around. You can create a back bend twist here. Maybe look over the left side of the armpit, see if you can find those right toes. As you inhale, come back to center. First level out the hips. Now start pointing your right toes. And as you exhale, bring your right knee high into the right shoulder for a little bit of core. Connect both limbs, squeeze the belly. Good. Inhale the right leg up and back. This time, bring it up more so towards the sky. Exhale, bring your right knee high into the left shoulder. Twist it and connect. Look over the left. Good. Inhale the right leg all the way up and back. And as you exhale, bring your right knee into your forehead. Now you want to round the spine like a cat. Breathe into your upper back. Look at the navel for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, stretch right leg up and back. And as you exhale, slowly release it down on the mat. Find comfort. Distribute the weight of the body. And now as you inhale, stretch the left leg behind you. Let's do the opposite side. Find the length first. And as you exhale, expand the body open. Back bend, twist it. Stack your hips. Point the toes, find the toes, back bend the spine, squeeze the belly. Good, once you reach just that, then come back to center, level out the hips, stretch the left leg behind you, point the toes, give it an inhale, and as you exhale, bring your left knee high into the left shoulder, connect it. Very good. Inhale the left leg up and back, leg straight, point toes. Exhale, left knee high into the right shoulder, give it a nice twist. Good. Inhale the left leg up and back. Exhale left knee into your forehead. Round the spine. Become a cat. Hold it for 5. Hold it for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale the left leg up and back. And now as you exhale, slowly drop it down on the mat. Very good. Inhale, lean yourself forward into the plank pose. We're going to quickly set up the flow. This is what's going to connect the entire hour from asana to asana. I always use this as a reset button. I check in with my breath. I check in with myself, less internal. Good, now go ahead and I'll stack your wrists, your elbows, and your shoulders. Remember to keep grabbing the mat, armpits in. Keep your belly strong. You want your shoulders stacked with your hips, hips with your knees. So drop your hips a little bit lower. Pull the pubic bone towards the navel so that your tailbone really stretches back. Keep your legs strong. Stay strong here. Inhale, push away from your mats. Exhale, lower halfway down. Hug your elbows by your ribs. It is Chaturanga Dandasana. Bring your chest a little bit forward. Inhale, upward facing dog. Press the tops of your feet on the mat. See if you keep your legs straight. Squeeze your glutes, shoulders away from your ears. Exhales, downward facing dog. Very good. Breathe in for 5. Exhale for 4. Breathe in for 3. Exhale for 2. Breathe in for 1. Bend the knees a lot. Look forward. Take an inhale. Exhale, step, jump, float towards the front of your mats. Right away, for accessibility purposes, you can keep the feet distance of the hips. Otherwise, traditionally, you can bring your feet together. So this is optional for you. Now try to completely relax the body. You can place the hands on the nape of the neck or more so the upper body. Maybe you can grab opposite hands, elbows, or sway torso from side to side. or maybe pedal out the legs. You keep the soles of the feet on the mat, it'll be more of a hip stretch. Or if you lift up your heels, more of a calf stretch. Make sure that you relax the energy of the neck as well and your jaw. Notice if the energy has shifted to another part of the body as it travels. Very good. Now go ahead and release what you're doing. We're gonna reset the spine. Inhale, half lift, flat back. If you can, fingertips on the mat, but most likely they're gonna be on your shins. Lift up through your kneecaps. Keep your legs strong and active here. Squeeze your belly, find length through your spine. Keep the gaze a little bit forward. And as you exhale, release it into the forward bend. And on your next inhalation, come up, stand up into your mountain pose, Tadasana. And now right away, focus on the structure. Stack your ankles, knees, hips, your biggest joint, and your shoulders right on top of the hips. Remember to keep the pelvic bone neutral, tailbone down, pubic bone towards the navel. Now start from the bottom, maybe wiggle your toes around, then relax them. And try to create an internal practice. Close your eyes, armpits in, pinkies can lightly face the back wall. Relax your shoulders. And now take deep, strong inhales and strong, powerful exhales. Flutter your eyes open. Preparations to the back bend. All back bends are about an 80-20 breath. So what that means, you fill up your lungs to capacity. And as you find the full expression of this back bend, you take tiny sips of air. So let's give it a go. Take a deep inhale, reach up, look back, reach it back. Bump your hips forward, legs straight, arms straight. Exhale, release it, forward bend. Beautiful, you guys are doing so good. So for the next one, we're gonna go straight to the back bend. Inhale, rise up, stand up, look back, reach it back, extend the spine back. Exhale, release it, forward bend. And now we commence our first official one breath, one movement, which this means you're gonna do 5 mountain poses on your own. Your first one breath, one movement. We do these one breath, one movements because remember, you're always going to be your own best teacher. So this gives you an opportunity to let go of all external distractions and so that you can truly be with yourself, within yourself. And once you finish off your 5th mountain pose, simply just hang heavy in your forward bend. Maybe focus on your shoulders. You can interlock your fingers and palms behind the spine and extend them forward for more of a shoulder stretch. Maybe you can incorporate a pedaling of the legs as well to help you sway from side to side. I coordinate it through the breath. As I inhale, I bend. As I exhale, I twist it. I move it around. Always through the breath. Very good. You guys look beautiful. Go ahead and release what you're doing. Let's reset. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, release it, break the posture. Now drop your palms on the mat. Step back into your plank pose and you pause. Preparations for 3 yogi push-ups. As you inhale, push away from your mats. As you exhale, lower halfway down, elbows by the ribs. Beautiful. Inhale, push away from your mats. Exhale, release 2/3, a little bit lower, elbows still by the ribs. Good. Inhale, push away from your mats. Exhale, release 2 inches. Now stay here and hover and hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, push away from your mats. And as you exhale, take your vinyasa flows. Inhale through nostrils, exhale through the nostrils. Inhale through nostrils, exhale through the nostrils. We're going to transition now into Surya Namaskara B. Look forward, bend the knees, take an inhale, exhale, step, jump, float towards the front of your mats. Now go ahead and gather the feet together. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, release it, break your posture. Inhale, hips down, arms up for the thunderbolt. Palms touch, cross your thumbs. So right away, we build the structure from the bottom up. Go ahead and maximize the weight on your heels. Start drawing your knees back as if they were gonna stack on top of your ankles. It does not have to be literal. Think more energetically. Now squeeze your inner thighs together. You do have two options here in terms of your spine. I love a back bend. So if you wanna arch your spine a lot, you arch the spine a lot. But if you're creating a lot of pain in the low back, then that doesn't make sense. You wanna scoop your tailbone underneath and then focus more on length instead. Stay low. See if you can straighten out your arms completely straight. If you cannot, extend the arms more so forward so that you can do so. Keep pulling the armpits in, sit a little lower, breathe a little bit deeper, exhale, release it, forward bend. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, release. Drop palms on the mat, step back, Vinyasa flow. From your downward facing dog, inhale, stretch and lift the right leg all the way up and back. Keep it straight, keep your hips level, point the toes. Exhale, release it in between your palms. Keep your back foot down, come up. It is your first warrior one, Virabhadrasana 1. It's a very powerful, standing, strong posture. And it all starts with your back foot. Angle it as tight as you can, around 45, 65 degrees, depending on the mobility of that ankle. And this will help you shift the left side of your torso forward, more of a squaring sensation through your hips. Stay low in the lunge. Keep your thighs active. You want to squeeze them together like a scissoring sensation. Sit really low. You want to find that threshold, that space where you're working really hard and growing, the unknown. Relax your shoulders and prepare to back bend. Inhale, look up, look back, stretch it back. And as you exhale, release your palms on the mat, right leg back, and you take your vinyasa flows. Inhale, lift and stretch your left leg all the way up and back. As you exhale, release it in between your limbs. Back foot down, come up. Warrior one on the left. You have some information at this point. You have some knowledge. Use the information you've acquired to find the maximum expression of this posture. Remember, angle your back foot, and then this time start shifting the right side of your torso a little bit forward. Stay low, stay strong, breathe with intention, relax the shoulders, relax your jaw. You can start using the power of your gaze, right? The power of your eyes for fixed gaze. Find something forward in front of you throughout the hour and try to keep that steady gaze. This is sort of a training for meditation. Sit low, prepare to back bend. Inhale, look up, look back, extend the spine back. And as you exhale, drop your palms on the mat, left leg back. Take your vinyasa flows. This is going to be your second one breath of movement, Surya Namaskara B. It all begins with a chair pose, warrior one on each side, and we'll meet again in the front of the mat in a forward bend. You guys are doing great. Let's go ahead and meet through a collective breath. Go ahead and start releasing the breath out of your lungs. Expel everything out, 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 out. Final sweet inhale, hold it and release it. H-A. All right, bring your feet together once more. Good. And as you inhale, hips down, arms up, thunderbolt for the second set. So go ahead and organize the structure of the postures as best as you know. And as you exhale, bring your hands towards heart center. Very good. Inhale, lift up through your chest. And as you exhale, you're going to want to twist towards the right. Bring your left elbow on top of the right knee. You want to keep your knees aligned here. So right away, you want to draw that left knee back. Keep them aligned. And that way you can properly twist from your spine as opposed to your hips. But stay really low. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Keep pressing the palms towards each other as you squeeze your shoulders back. If you want to, though, you can take a fly away. Stretch your right arm up, left arm down. Use it to puff up through your chest, to expand the chest. If you want to, a half bind, wrap your right arm around the low back, bring it towards the inside of the left thigh, or perhaps a full bind by bringing your left arm underneath both thighs. Find those top hand fingertips and pull them down. Inhale, come back towards the center, stay low, stay strong. And as you exhale, this time twist towards your left, right elbow, left knee, and then right away, draw your right knee back, do it from the hip. Squeeze your belly a lot, right? You want to squeeze your organs, and that means you have to breathe through your upper body. Do your flyaway, do a half bind, a full bind, whatever version you feel you're going to get the most out of it. Keep squeezing the organs a lot. Breathe into your upper body. Keep your chin stacked on your shoulder. Final moments for 3, twist for 2, squeeze for 1. Inhale, come back towards the center, and then right away come up to standing. And then prepare for your back bend. Inhale, look up, look back, stretch it back. Exhale, release it, forward bend. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, release. Drop your palms on the mat. Take your vinyasa flows. Very good. Once in your down dog, breathe in for 5. Exhale for 4. Breathe in for 3. Exhale for 2. Breathe in for 1. High lunge. Inhale the right leg up and back. Exhale, swing it in between both limbs. This time, back heel lifted, arms up. All toes face forward here. And then use an inhale to come up. Use your core. So for this one, you want your feet hips width distance for the balance. So it's really up to you. If the balance is not there, then what are you going to do? You're going to take a wider stance. Use your intelligence. If you want to explore more of a tightrope effect, then bring your feet closer together. But now check out your back heel. You want it really high. You want to stack it on top of the tippy toes, just like an erect building. Now stay low. Remember to squeeze your thighs together. We're going to do low lunges. We're going to do it 3 times. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, drop your left knee down 2 inches. Hover for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, come up. Good. Exhale, knee down 2 inches. Stay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, come up. Good. Exhale, knee down 2 inches. Stay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, come up. Exhale, open it up, warrior 2. Maintain a wide stance here. Really root down the outer edge of your back foot into the mat. Think more maybe 90 degrees. It's an idea. Toes a little bit in. Stay low in the lunge. Keep the scissoring sensation through your thighs and no back bending that low back. So keep scooping your tailbone underneath you. Pubic bone, pubic bone towards the navel to find that length. Really stretch the spine apart. And remember to keep your shoulders right on top of your hips. Yeah, Kathleen, you can pull your shoulders a little further back. There you go, beautiful. All right, sit a little lower. Breathe a little bit deeper. And as you exhale, now cartwheel your hands down, right leg back. Take your vinyasa flows. Very good. And remember when you come into your down dog, active resting posture. See where you're at. Notice if you've negotiated the breath. Notice your heart rate. All righty, inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, swing it in between your limbs. Back heel lifted, come up, high lunge. So you know what to do. Toes face forward, nice and clean. Stay low in the lunge. Strain out that back leg fully. You want to squeeze your glute a lot. Your right glute. Now stay low. Relax your shoulders. Preparations for low lunges. Take an inhale. Exhale, drop right knee down 2 inches. Hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up. Exhale, knee down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, come up. One more to go. Exhale, knee down. 2 inches. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, come up. Exhale, open it up. Warrior 2. Beautiful, Alicia. Now expand the body open. Expand your chest, your hips. Become vulnerable in the best of ways. Keep pulling the arms apart. Keep breathing deeply. Sit a little lower. Take one more inhale. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down, left leg back. Vinyasa flow. Once again, one breath of movement. You could do the high lunge, but the low lunges, that'll be optional. And remember, 2 inches off the mat, it's not a literal thing. Maybe for you it's 12 inches. Maybe for you it's 1 inch. Whatever it is, it's the right one for you. Wherever you're at, final moments. If you're in your down dog, go ahead and release all of the breath out of your lungs. Empty it out completely. Out, 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 out. Find a new inhale, fill it up, hold it, and empty it out with an HA. Alrighty, now from your down dog, go ahead and drop down to your knees for 3 sets of cat-cow. Stack your wrist, elbows, and your shoulders. You can flip your fingertips towards your thighs, armpits in, so that the creases of your elbows face out. And then you can stretch out here your wrist and your forearms by dropping your hips towards your heels, depending on your flexibility. And it should feel nice. It's not a painful sensation. Otherwise, maybe you can create circular motions through your hips. In some schools, they do this really fast. Your cat and your cows. Just be really mindful with your neck. And remember, the fuel is the breath. Maybe you can incorporate a lion's breath by sticking your tongue out, rolling your eyes up and back. Alrighty, wherever you're at, give it 2 more breaths, and then we're going to transition. Listen carefully. Go ahead and flip your fingertips forward. From here, we're going to transition into a plank pose. So make sure to tuck your toes under, lift up your kneecaps, keep everything nice and stacked. Once you're in your plank pose, we're going to do a dolphin plank. Go ahead and drop down to your forearms. Keep your elbows underneath your shoulders. Remember to drop your hips down. Everything nice and stacked. This is core. And then squeeze your arms towards each other. Very active. Remember to grab the mat with the tips of your fingers. Stay here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Start using your exhale now to walk your toes forward for your dolphin pose. So what this means, think that you're going to stack your hips right on top of your shoulders. It's really hard to do this, so do the best that you can. It's an idea. Perhaps even look forward. Now lift your right leg up and back. Keep your legs straight, point to toes for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. Inhale the left leg up and back, legs straight. Keep you pushing away from your mat. Use your elbows and your forearms and your fingertips for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. Drop your knees down. Place one hand on the mat, one at a time. And then again, 3 sets of cat-cows. Come back to a neutral space. Use an inhale to tuck your toes under. Use your exhale to start bringing your hips up and back for your downward facing dog. Once in down dog, inhale, lengthen and stretch right leg up and back. Exhale, swing it in between both of your hands. Drop your back foot down. Come up, warrior one. Exhales, open it up into your warrior two. Go ahead and set up the alignment. Once you're in a warrior two, right away transition, flip your right palm, reach it forward. And as you exhale, reverse warrior, peaceful warrior. So here, keep the integrity of the posture. Make sure that your right knee is still stacked on top of your ankle. And then notice if your knee's pulling in or out. It'll be helpful if you continue to scissor your thighs together. Fine, lengthen that spine, specifically that low back. And then straighten out your right arm, maybe 45 degrees or 90 degrees up towards the sky instead. Sit a little bit lower. Keep stretching those intercostal muscles. Take one more inhale, exhale, cartwheel your hands down, right leg back. Take your vinyasa flows. This time we're going to meet on the left in your warrior two. Warrior two, flip your left palm, reach it forward, and as you exhale, peaceful warrior. Stay low and lunge, keep your knees stacked. Keep lengthening that low spine. Find that stretch. Let it feel really good. Look up towards the ceiling. Use the breath. Pay attention to those patterns. Take one more inhale. Exhale. Cartwheel your hands down. Release the left leg back. Vinyasa flow. One breathful movement. The final one. Warrior 1, 2, and reverse. We'll meet again in the down dog. Really, really lovely work, everyone. For the next set of postures, we're going to play a little bit of balance. But first, reset. Expel the breath out, everything out. Shh. Energize your body. Fill it up as much as you can. And then slowly release it out. H-A. Kapiyasana. Inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, swing it in between your palms. Drop your back knee down. Good. And then go ahead and untuck your toes. You can place both hands on top of your right knee. See if it's possible, straighten out your arms. So what that means, you want to push away from the knee instead. It's very active. As you push away from your right knee, at the same time, you want to push your hips forward. Stretch out those hip flexors, and then start pulling your shoulders away from your ears. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, just like that, Laura, really nice. If you can, maybe look back, but use the muscles of the neck. You don't just want to drop the head back. Now, if you're really flexible, maybe you could drop your fingertips on the mat and walk them further back. That's also an option. But if you need support, maybe you can place your hands on your low back, fingertips face down the way you would in a camel. Make sure that you're breathing. Remember, it's still 80-20 breath. Breathe into your upper body. You have 3, you have 2, you have 1. As you exhale, drop both palms on the mat. Preparations to transition. We're going to transition into a standing split. Go ahead and tuck your back toes under, lift up your back knee, maybe walk your foot a little slightly forward. And as you inhale, come up. You're going to leap up. You balance on your right foot, lift your left leg all the way up towards the sky. You have the option, you can keep your hands on the mat, or you can grab your right ankle with your right hand. Then the next step would be with your left hand, maybe. And then see if you can connect your belly with your thighs. But the rule here is you have to keep your left leg straight. No bending of the knee until it cramps. For 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep your right hand down. Lift your left arm up. Balancing half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. This is the peak, guys. This is where the work is. Do the best that you can. Stack your hips, stack your shoulders. Either keep your right hand on the mat or maybe off of the mat. See where the balance is at. And if you're feeling really creative, bend the left knee a lot. Grab your ankle with your left hand. Create more of a boomerang effect, a bow and arrow effect, a back bend twist. 5, 4, final moments. 3, 2, 1. Come back into your warrior 2. In warrior 2, give yourself 2 breaths, stabilize, and then you can quickly incorporate a peaceful warrior. Flip your right palm and then reverse it. Find one more sweet inhale here. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down, right leg back. Take your vinyasa flows. Beautiful work. Opposite side of the body. Inhale, lift and stretch, left leg up and back. Swing it in between your palms. And then drop the back knee down, untuck toes. Remember your options. Place your hands on top of your left knee. Push away from your knee. You can squeeze your right glute a lot for support. Also press the top of your right foot down on the mat. So hands either on the left knee or maybe hands on your low back for support. An arching of your spine or maybe fingertips on the mat. Remember, hips forward. Think that your chest is going to be parallel to the ceiling. Every inhale you want to lengthen, and every exhale you want to back bend even more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great choices. Now, as you exhale, drop both palms on the mat. Give yourself a second, right? Recharge. Go ahead and now start tucking your back toes under. Lift up your back knee. Walk your back foot a little forward. Inhale, leap up. Balance on your left foot for your standing split. So exactly what the posture is called. Think that your legs are going to be completely stacked. If you can, grab your ankle with your left hand, then the right. Remember, you can keep your left knee bent as much as you need to, but the right leg has to be completely straight. I'll give you 5, research it for 4, investigate it for 3, 2, 1. Left hand down on the mat, right arm up, balancing half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Stack your hips. If it's too much of balance for you, maybe your right hand on the hip, become more compact. And then otherwise, maybe bend the right knee. See if you can grab your ankle with the right hand. Create that back bend twist. So nice. I see you, Emily. Great work. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release it back into your warrior 2. Give yourself a moment, maybe a little bit of laughter. Flip your left palm, reach it forward, and as you exhale, reverse it. Peaceful. Take one more inhale, exhale, cartwheel your hands down, left leg back, vinyasa flow. Really nice work. Good work, everyone. Once in the down dog, give yourself 5 breaths. Inhale, lean yourself forward, plank pose. At the count of 3, bellies on the mat for 3, for 2, for 1. Good. Preparations for locust. So we'll start off with both arms forward. You can have this time your palms can face down, more superhero-like. Now, so for this posture, you're gonna want your legs completely straight. So no bending of the knees. If you feel that you are bending the knees, simply drop your legs lower, straighten them out, and use the energy to lift up your upper chest instead. Here we go. Inhale, come up. Arms up, legs up, chest up. Everything up. Take flight. Look forward or look up towards the ceiling. Remember to straighten out your legs. Keep squeezing them together. Up, 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 up. Exhale, release. Bring your left ear towards the mat. Your toes can touch, your heels can touch. I recommend you pull the arms behind you to release the tension of your upper body. Maybe this time you can come a little bit higher. We're gonna be more compact. Go ahead and interlock your fingers in your palms behind the spine. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Remember, legs together. On your inhale, come up. Everything up, chest up, legs up. Look up, look back, reach it back. Use your neck muscles as well. Up, 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 up. Release. Bring your opposite ear towards the mat. Relax your arms, your shoulders, toes touch, heels touch. You can also bend through the knees and maybe windshield wipe the legs to release any tension to that low back. Go ahead and place your hands underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes under. You can press up into a plank pose. You can take a flow or go straight into the downward facing dog. We're going to transition now into a static posture, a non-moving posture, half pigeon. Inhale, right leg up and back, leg straight. Exhale, bring your foot in between your palms, walk your foot into left hand. Keep the knee towards the right hand, best wider than the shoulder. If you can flex your right foot a lot. This helps lessen the degree of pressure on your knee. Also, it's either 90 degrees or your foot closer towards the hip bone, so you can control it there. So either 90 degrees or closer towards the hip, and then you release the weight forward. You can stay on your hands, you can bring down your forearms or even your chest. Ultimately, one day, walk your fingertips forward and then completely release yourself. So now you don't have to focus on your body moving around, but you should see where the breath is at. This is a great opportunity to solely focus on the breath and move whatever pockets of energy that are starting to show up in this posture, right? The obvious one could be maybe for you the right hip, right? But sometimes it can manifest, maybe in your eyes, very heavy eyes or tension in the eyes or space in between the eyebrows. Or maybe even through your hands, squeezing your fingers really tight. Try to relax all that. Slowly and gently start releasing yourself from this posture. Place both hands under your shoulders. You can tuck your left toes, walk them forward to create space. You have the option now to go straight into half pigeon on your left or maybe a flow if you feel that your body needs it. Go ahead and give it 5 more honest breaths. You can slowly start transitioning out of this posture. Once you come back to your downward facing dog, invest in it the same way that you did in the beginning of this hour. Pedal out the legs, bend the knees. Maybe you could do some limb connections, right knee, right shoulder, right knee, left shoulder, like we did in the beginning. Notice the shift in mobility in your body and your joints. Can you feel more of a bigger expansion through your lungs, more energy to the body? You get to control it through the breath. Now from your downward facing dog, go ahead and drop down to your knees. We're going to prepare for a camel. This posture has the possibility to be the deepest back bend if you wish it to be. So you want your knees to be distance of your hips. Place your hands on your low back, fingertips face down. If your knees are any wider than the hips, then the back bend is going to fall more in the low back, and there's already a natural curvature there, so pay attention to that. Remember 80-20 breath. Inhale deeply, lengthen spine, and then as you exhale, bump your hips forward, and then start lifting up through your neck, through your upper chest. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Squeeze your belly to control that back bend. Squeeze your glutes. If you find your back wall or wherever it is that you're at, maybe place one hand at a time on your heels, thumbs face out for support. Re-extend your hips forward, no collapsing. So lift up through your chest once more. And remember to use your neck muscles. You have to take tiny sips of air here to sustain this moment. Otherwise, you will panic. Do the best that you can. Keep breathing. Keep lifting up your heart. Squeeze your glutes for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. On your inhale, rise up again. Maybe place one hand at a time on your low back. Pull your pubic bone towards the navel. And as you exhale, drop your hips on your heels for the hero's posture. You can use this moment for gratitude. Make sure that you keep your spine erect. No slouching where you're crunching your organs. They say that also helps depression. None of us needs help with that. So spine erect. Now close your eyes. Maybe focus on the space in between the eyebrows. Oh, you're also welcome to do a mudra if you're into like mudras, which is really cool. Or your hands on your knees. You have knee chakras there. You can offer your practice to something or someone else. Or be grateful for your body regardless of any conditions. And most definitely be grateful for your breath, life, and vitality. Now slowly float your eyes open. You can place both hands on the mats, maybe sit on one sit bone and the next to draw your legs through, or you can keep your hands on the mat, lift away from the mat, and then you draw your legs through. It's always interesting, the journey to get there. I remember I would always stub my toes. All righty, go ahead and extend both legs forward for Paschimottanasana, seated forward bend. So legs straight, rock the weight off of the sit bones, charge your heel forward and the toes towards you, lift your arms up towards the sky as you take a deep inhalation, and as you exhale, grab your feet, pull your chest and your shoulders forward and down. If you can't grab your feet today, that's not an issue. Just bend the knees a lot, but then grab your feet and you can start sliding them forward. Remember to relax the energy of your neck, and then through the strength of your arms, pull your spine apart. And rotate the pelvic bowl so that your tailbone reaches more towards the back wall. Every inhale you charge, every exhale you pull, 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 pull apart. And now as you inhale, start rising up slowly, gently. And then from here, we're going to do just like another version of the half pigeon. You can bring your right leg 90 degrees, flex your foot a lot. It's more of a cradling, and then bring the leg towards the chest. Once you're here, you can rock the body from side to side. Remember to keep flexing your foot, very important, and let spine straight. Once you're good, drop that down and then 90 degrees to the left. Flex your foot, bring it towards your chest. And sway from side to side. Eventually, this will lead to leg right behind. You're already doing it, really. That's just more the aesthetics. All right, good. Go ahead and drop your leg down. And go ahead and lay on your backs. We're gonna go straight to core work. We'll keep it simple through some bicycle crunches. Interlock your fingers behind your head. And then you could do opposite elbow, opposite knee. The count is gonna be 10. You could go really fast or really slow. For 10, 9, 8, 7, good, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Collapsing, completely release. Very good. Now as you inhale, bring your knees towards your chest. You could do opposite hands, elbows. Try to keep the entirety of your spine on the mat, specifically low back on the mat. It doesn't have to be literally touched, but just think energy-wise, and then chin towards your throat. And then go ahead and come back to a neutral place. Relax your grip and drop your left leg on the mat for a spinal twist. Left leg completely effortless, right? So now bring your right knee more so towards the armpit. And then as you exhale, you open it up. Bring your right knee towards your left side. Look over the right shoulder. The priority here is that you keep your shoulders on the mat as opposed to the knee landing on the mat. So if your knee's on the mat and you notice that your shoulders completely lifted, then just lift your knee a little higher to do so. And then reset, bring both knees back towards your chest. Give it a nice squeeze. And then as you exhale, you're gonna drop your right leg completely on the mat and then left knee first towards left side armpit. And then you cross it over. Very nice. Listen carefully. So we're going to do bridge pose. Bring your feet on the mat right near your hips, and then you want to keep them also hips width distance. Place your hands on the mat. You want them right by your hips. So don't do them underneath your spine just yet. And keep your palms on the mat. Remember to use your hips. So we're going to do repetition, japa first 3 times. Inhale, come up. Lift your belly up, all the way up. Use your quads. Come up as high as possible. It is a back bend. Exhale, release. Good. Second set. Inhale, come up, 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 up. Use those quads. Exhale, release. Remember, toes forward. Inhale, come up, 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 up. Exhale, release. Last and final. Inhale, come up. This time you stay. Interlock your fingers and your palms behind the spine. Walk your shoulder blades closer together. And then bring your left foot more so towards the center of the mat. And as you inhale, bring your right leg up towards the ceiling. Leg straight. Use your left quad. Use your belly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right foot down. Walk it towards the center. Inhale the left leg up and back. This time right quad strong. Keep lifting up. Up, 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 up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Good. Release the lock. Drop your hips down, and for the counter pose, bring your knees back towards your chest. You're doing great. Give it a squeeze. And as you exhale, soften the grip and bring the soles of your feet together for your butterfly. Interlock your fingers around your feet. Remember, low spine still on the mat, and then your neck on the mat, chin towards throat. Soles of the feet connect, bring them towards the pelvis, and then start extending your knees forward. So think just like the wings of that butterfly. And exhale, open it up to your happy baby. Become happy. All right, stack your ankles, your knees, hands on the soles of your feet, and then pull your knees down. And then one day, your thighs will be underneath your shoulders, legs behind the head. And then we're gonna wrap it up with a shoulder stand and a plow. You can either research these postures or you can find yourself in an early Shavasana. I'll walk you through it. For shoulder stand, place your hands on your low back, both legs up, stack your ankles, knees, and hips. Good, and then walk your shoulder blades together once more, and elbows maybe more towards each other. You can walk those elbows a little in, Laura. Good, now you can also look at the navel or look at the toes. So think you're gonna be completely erect like an antenna. And now if you feel super, 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 super comfortable and you decide to make this choice, maybe close the eyes. Only if you feel supported and balanced. If all of this sounds crazy to you, just keep your spine on the mat, bring your legs up, think more of an L shape. You'll get the same benefits. Take one more inhale, and on your exhale, release the legs behind you for the plow. You can either use your core or just use your intelligence. Hips a little forward will be the counterbalancing. Next step, maybe bend the knees, bring your knees by your ears, Deathman pose, squeeze that. And then maybe wrap your arms around your thighs, opposite hands, elbows, or the forearms or the wrist. And just to plant a seed super hard, bring your knees together. Place the knees on the crown of the head and start sliding them down towards the mat. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, slowly, gently, release yourself down. In your Shavasana, your corpse pose, truly the most challenging, truly the most advanced, the most important posture in all of yoga. This is it. So how are you going to choose yourself to be in this posture without thinking of what you have to do next? Shoulders away from your ears, squeeze your shoulder blades together, soften your eyebrows. Relax your toes, the arches of your feet, your shins, relax your calves, your knees, your inner thighs, outer thighs, your hip bones, the pelvic floor, relax completely. Relax your fingertips, knuckles, palms, wrists, forearms, elbows, biceps, triceps, shoulders. Relax the front side of your body, your pubic bone, low belly, mid chest, upper chest. Relax the front of your throat. Travel to backside body. Relax your coccyx, your tailbone, your sacrum, your low back, mid back, upper back. Relax the back of the neck. Relax the back of the throat. Slowly come back, wiggle your toes and your fingertips. I want to thank you all for this hour. I'm super grateful to have shared this moment with you. Thank you for choosing us to do your practice. As you know, at Yoga to the People, we are a donation-based community. We suggest $12 per class. And of course, that's a donation. So it's a suggestion you give. If you're in a place of giving, please do so at yogatothepeople.com/donate. We have also a class coming up at 10 a.m. It will be a pranayama with Rose Erin. If you guys are good here, you can roll over on towards the right side of your body and then just come up into a comfortable seated position. A few announcements. We have a teacher training coming up. It's going to be our first online training. You probably have a lot of questions, right? The same way I would. But the great thing is that we have an open house on May 2nd at 10 a.m. and also on the 6th at 1 p.m. So this would be a great place for you to ask questions, see how this thing is evolving, right? We're all changing right now. It's all happening live, so it's super powerful and special. Let me see, I have a quote here for you guys. All right, I guess that was it. So the quote for today, it's by Steve Jobs, and he said, this is a metaphor to us, our body. Design is not just what it looks like and feels like. Design is how it works. So to me, it's like our body, you know, it's like it's constantly up and the downs. And the great thing about yoga is that it does restrict the fluctuations of the mind. So it's like our body is perfect, right? But at the same time, you just have to be aware, especially with all this energy that's coming at you. This practice will really help you to solve that energy so that you just don't become overwhelmed and so that you can really think thoroughly and clearly. Other than that, thank you so much, everyone, for this hour. Again, my name is Richard, and it's been an hour Rose Erin, she just started her pranayama. I recommend that you check that out. Any questions? I'll be here for 2 more minutes.
Thanks, Richard.
Thank you so much.
You're
Thank you so much. Thank you.